Going for a ride. Got some news on YouTube, so I was thinking of making a video about this. That Doug Graham has been, people are saying he was banned from the festival or kicked out. Doug has been suspended from all activities. Now I still don't know what that means. Does that mean exercise activities, speaking, or the whole activity that is the festival? Yeah, I was thinking of making a video about this, but then, is anybody listening? Does anybody care what I have to say? I don't seem to be making much difference. People aren't even watching me. They're too busy watching Freely stick a plug up her and Raw Christina, making her cherry shortcake. To make clear right away, it's very possible Doug could have been bad practices in the fasting retreat. But I just want to make some points here that hardly anyone's making in the community. Whole bunch of points. First one being, we do not know if he's guilty of malpractice. All we have is a couple of videos from Leah, who is not even pressing charges. That's one red flag. There's many others. What about that old saying, innocent until proven guilty? It's what the United States is founded on. And the United States was founded because people came here from England to get away from all that bad thinking. Persecution. There's videos where people are saying that Doug's diet almost killed them. Well, there's some videos on YouTube saying that Freely's diet almost killed them. But we know that person is a troll. And it's ridiculous. I've been on that diet for 20 years. It's not that I think Doug is innocent. Someone pointed, it was Michael Arnstein that pointed out that his communications with Doug were strange. The way that he thinks. That reminded me of something I noticed way back, like 4 years ago. Doug's lecture clips on YouTube. The way he thinks is different. And sometimes it's just too far out of the box for people to understand. But then, he's the man who wrote the book. See, we have to take the good with what we think is the bad. He's just not going to find the perfect person. And the communications there, I read some of that stuff. I wanted to find some kind of proof or something like proof, but it wasn't that bad. Michael was saying at the last festival, instead of doing that wheelbarrow exercise on the cement that injured somebody, you should do it on the grass. And Doug's comment really bothered Mike, and he didn't talk to him again. But I didn't think it was that bad. I was thinking the same thing. So now let's go after me. But it makes sense. He said Well, doing it on the grass could be dangerous. Yeah, you wouldn't want to do it there either. He said there's rocks on the grass, which there could be. You know, it's not safe. And just the unevenness of the ground, and someone could easily trip on that. Yeah, I was gonna mention that. I wanted to look at Mike's conversation, his comments, because I trust Mike a lot, and he's never had anything bad to say about Doug until now. So I wanted to read that stuff. But I have to say, Mike's reaction there, I think that's kind of weird. I got some fans who say Mike's crazy. This is like a Twilight Zone episode. Some person commented on the internet that Doug's silence suggests that he is guilty. Hey. I disagree with that. We're not supposed to be having this conversation on the internet. This is for a court. But Leah has not pressed any charges. Now that's pretty telling. Now, on the other hand, I started thinking, yeah, he really should say something, because this is not really looking good. It's looking really bad on the internet. Well, it turns out one of Harley's links brought me to the Fruit Festival stuff, and a lot of documents they have, where Doug has spoken about the situation with Leah in the right place. He's saying the veg store forum isn't the place to be talking about that kind of stuff. That place is for helping people with the 80-10-10 diet. I saw some of the other videos about Doug being banned, and those people were okay in their presentation. It's really the comments. Yeah, most of the comments just are going right along with the Doug bashing. Gotta wonder, are these the same people who a year ago were promoting Doug and his diet, who are now taking every opportunity to trash him and his diet? Oh, coincidence? Is it a coincidence that all the people who are speaking out against Doug, for what they say is killing people, which that is not the term a court would use, these are the same people that are against his dietary teachings. And it's always been that way. Remember the people we used to defend Doug against? It's always been that way. You'd have people that would come in, trolls, infiltrators. Babe, I'm jumping ahead here. People would come in against the diet, and they would also attack Doug, and what's wrong with his finger there? What's with his attitude? People do that with everybody. Do it with Harley, that's easy to do it with him. But people even do it with Freely. She is the opposite of a narcissist. It's bizarre. And I was one of those people, right along with them, that was defending Doug, explaining the finger, explaining the diet. But I'm still doing that now, because I just haven't seen proof. I would think people in this community would be skeptical. Don't you need skepticism to get to this place? Even just to go vegan, you've got to have skepticism against mainstream teachings and mainstream eating. Everybody eats meat. Are these the same people Like me? Or are these people... What? Oh, shut up. Getting tired of your crap. Or are they all part of some grand scheme? It's a scheme that's always been there to try to thwart the vegan diet. We greet it every day on the internet. They're trying to bring us down. And now maybe they got us bringing ourselves down. And to Michael Arnstein, who's going to be next? With the crazy way things are going, you might be next. Someone who made a video wasn't defending Doug, but he mentioned the fact that Doug, the festival wouldn't exist without Doug. Doug inspired Michael to go on the diet. Yeah, if Michael didn't start the festival, then it wouldn't exist. Maybe that would be for the best. When I first heard about the idea that people were going to all come together in New York, I remember thinking, I don't think that's such a good idea. Something's going to go wrong. Because making all these videos, having all these discussions, just seems like a waste of people's time who want to hear about getting healthy. So I don't know if I want to make a video about this. I'm still undecided. I'd like to end with this comment, which is basically what the message of my video here is, to just to get across. Just a couple weeks ago, Doug wrote to the pioneers about the situation, and this, you can also check this out. This is page 20 of 30 of these festival documents they have put here. Isn't that kind of going overboard? 30 pages. Look at this, man. I'm not going to spend time reading all this. This is a waste. He wrote to the pioneers, which is basically what I was thinking just last night. I'm not pleading my case, but I'm pleading for sanity, and that's all I'm saying. Let's be more reasonable. Social responsibility and the future of this festival. I know it isn't easy to stand up and be counted. I know that. And say what you will, but this is a pretty good comment. I could have imagined Harley saying something like this when he was kicked out. One of the criteria of the pioneers is that other pioneers, when you're a pioneer, you come out in support of each other. Remember that rule? Yep. Yeah. Not against each other. That's exactly what Harley did. That's one of the reasons they all wanted to kick him out. We should just get rid of the pioneer thing. That's the whole trouble. It's making the whole community look bad. If some of Doug's clients were done wrong, they can sue or they can press charges. That's the way it's supposed to work. So I'm suspicious. Call me a tinfoiler, but I think this has all been orchestrated by people on the outside. Yes, call me names for being sane and having healthy skepticism. I always have skepticism. I just believe what I would hear on TV. Now I don't even watch TV. I laugh at the news. I'm making videos about the crap we hear on the news. I used to just take it at face value. Well, it's got to be true. It's on the news. I know there are people making accusations about me, but even they are not suggesting I have broken any of the Woodstock criteria, which, as far as I understand, are the conditions for membership. Now, you could call that arrogant, but then people call Harley arrogant. People could call me arrogant. It kind of goes with the territory. Let's see. He doesn't know what the pioneers are looking into. I like this line here. They certainly haven't informed me. Again, that sounds like Harley. Sounds like his situation where there's no communication. During the festival a month ago, I kind of joked around saying, so who's going to be the next one to be kicked out? But like most humor, there's truth behind it, and that's what makes it funny. So now we have the next one. And so, who will be next to be accused and banned? And who will stand up for you? Can't you see what's gonna happen? This wasn't just Harley. This wasn't just a Harley thing. This is the nature of this pioneer thing. They're gonna all eat each other alive. And it's making the community look crazy. To retain some sanity in this community that's based on a sane diet.